in the S15 to try and finish her off. Just had a box of Raceworks come, already spread a lot of shit out on the bench, but two vital bits that arrived are for the radiator hose. I'm actually going to use the damaged one I've got here to mirror off. I need to clear some of the shit off the bench. Just gotta pop these douche connector pins back away, can clear that away. But yeah, one thing that did arrive as well, which I got straight into, was an alloy pipe for the intercooler. I think one headlight plug is going to be hard to get in, but worst case I can unclip it off there anyway. But I think it should be okay. My bigger worry is actually putting in the air temp sensor. I need to pop the radiator in, work out where that can sit. Once that's in, I'll weld in the little bung. I have to weld in a nipple on this side as well. Then I can take them to get powder. Well, I have to roll the ends, then I can take them to get powder coated. Just excited to see what it'll be like with all the intercooler pipes on. Still have to obviously pull it out, clean it up a bit. But at the moment it's on. Just having a look down there, see how tight everything is. But yeah, just a lot of little jobs to knock out today. I'll start with the radiator hose, and then on to, I've got some heat shield for the vacuum line, so I'll pop that on. Just little jobs to knock out. Lots and lots of little jobs. Try and knock down that list. Booking in Alex to come do the windows, so do the front window and the back window, hopefully next week. And there's nothing stopping it getting outside. I need to go to the wreckers and find the plug for those. For, well, probably a whole end of wiring end, but we'll make that work. Go to the wreckers, have a bit of a hunt round. Might try to do that early next week as well. Alrighty, new hose made. Hoping it's the right length, as I've copied this one as good as I could. Looking at it going, yep, it is the same. Just back to front, yep. Same angles, everything, 90 degree and 135 I think that is, or 120. Got the radiator sitting over there, I'll chuck that in. Also had the gas delivered, so I'll chuck that onto the welder. That way I can put the fittings onto the intercooler pipes. Do that after lunch though. But yeah, for now, just chuck this into the engine bay. I think the radiator can nearly stay in there as long as I can get the intercooler pipes in and out easy enough. Should be right. Alrighty, to save myself the hassle of trying to fight the radiator in there, I've connected one hose, the top hose I just made already on. In there. Way easy with no radiator supporting at the moment. Otherwise this is usually a really tight fit. I have to try the radiator supporting in a minute just to make sure it'll still work. Didn't think that one was going to screw on. All about having to get the right angle sometimes. Apart. Perfect length. Probably could have gone a touch shorter or a touch longer. There's enough room in the radius to allow for it, but for now that'll work. Dented a few fins with the catch can lines, but that's okay. Keep going. So, holding the tripod as I film. So we got the top line on, just got to nip them up, and I'll do the bottom line, and I'll also chuck on the turbo water line as well. Technically I can chuck some water in this, and then I can run it for a longer period of time. Just keep going with that wrench. Good old -16, eh? Little scratch on the top of that one from making it, but that's okay. It happens. Anodized black's always going to mark. Don't have to chuck too much force on these to nip them up at least. It's all in the tapered end. Ooh, that's not good. Gonna have to do a bit of finessing to get this bottom one on. I'll get back to do that off camera. So though this bottom line I thought was going to work, there is a kink under the rubber, so when you get a little bit of pressure on it, it just wants to bow into itself when it's in the car. And there was another one as well. So I ordered some new hose ends. These ones are pretty tatty anyway. Didn't really like the idea of reusing them, but it's being a bit of a tight ass. So I'll get that sorted, get onto Raceworks and order a couple of new fittings. I'll just have to work out my angles. They might not be the ideal angles anymore, so I'll just double check that. Probably pull these two ends off just so I can check. And yeah, build that probably start next week. As for that, the top one's in. Chucked on that turbo drain, I just have to nip that up. And when this sits back where it needs to be, straight up and down, perfect. A little bit of pressure on that wire, but it's still slack behind it. So that'll be nice. The radiator can actually stay in there now. I was hoping I could have that bottom line on so I could get some water in it. It's alright. Pour the intercooler actually. Just had a parcel come just before from Amiyama, and that is all the seals. So when I say all the seals, I mean 4 seals. These outer ones around the door. So they one of the last bits of overspray. So probably don't bugger it. I'll have some lunch and then I'll chuck them on and work on the cooler pipes. Just had another package show up from a mate of mine. We make some really cool stuff, Batlip Collective. So I'll open these up and show you what I've got. So he makes all sorts of grommets and will make whatever grommet you need if you ask him. So these are just nice and basic triangles. But they slide into that hole down the bottom corner that always lets dirt in. He actually made these for me as well. Strut top covers, hide away the ugly strut top, just give it a much cleaner look. And previous times he's actually made the big circle that goes over here for S15s, he's made that for me. But yeah, we've got these. Let's get this in there quickly. I think I need both hands, as I'm going to have to lube it up a bit just so it slides in easiest. There we are. Can't even see it up in there. We are. It's focused now. See the logo on the back. That was a tight fit. Definitely required both hands and a bit of lube, but you can see it's in there. Looks like it'd be an OEM piece. Just got the driver's side one to chuck on there now. Same process. Pretty much just lay on the ground and force the bugger in. Nice fat lips as well on it, so it does lock in good. Alright, passengers one on. Doesn't look too much difference if you didn't know any better. Just some fresh rubber. Everything got being OEM, it all just falls into place pretty much as it should be. If it doesn't, you're doing something wrong. So you can see a lot of overspray, a lot of bloody wear marks in this one. Tried to clean it up here, just wasn't having a bar of it. And honestly, it's all just dry and worn out. 20-year-old rubber. It was never really designed to last this long, I'm sure. So yeah, you can see the overspray there pretty good. This one will be going in the bin. Had to take the door card off actually, all because of that little one plastic clip there. But we'll get the door card back on and jump over to the driver's side. I'll probably film the driver's side. Passenger side's all off. Knew I was going to fight that, so I wasn't going to film it. But we've got the new ones here, so I'll see if I can get you guys perched up in a position you can see what I'm doing. Bugger it, that'll have to do. Start with the one around the window, sorry, the one around the bottom. That nice fresh rubber feeling. seconds to do the easy one. Run around the door. Just need to double check on the other side to work out how that one there goes on, and I just have to tidy up around the back edge of this one. But that is the new seals on. I'll go fight the rest off camera quickly. Alrighty, so I've got both intercooler pipes whipped up, welded on a nipple on one for the boost reference for the boost tee, and the other one has got I think it's an MPT or a BSP, whatever it is, fitting into it for the air temp sensor. Just need to go see my boy Troy, roll the ends of this one, and try and re-roll that one for the dent out. The catch can is all done. It's too bloody hot, so I'm not going to touch it. But that's the base of it. Not the best welding, I'm still learning. Really I just need to spend more time practicing. But it is pretty much done. I've just got to go with the sander, then weld on the fittings, drill the holes for the mounts. Then over on the front, been working on some of the small little details, like chucking little rubber edges just around these sharp edges that have been cut. Same on both sides. Just make the little differences, you know. The exhaust mounts are all finally welded up properly. Nothing else needs to come off under there. I actually think the car could probably go onto the ground. Trying to think of anything else. Have to go over my list. Obviously those indicators, but it doesn't need to be on the ground. It doesn't matter if it's on the ground for that. Yeah, I think it can. The back half anyway, just have to double check. Jesus, I'd forgot how low the roofs are on these. Like, quite easily reach over. But it's on the ground. Rear height's actually not too bad. Might come up just a smidge. The camber still has to be set on both sides, the toe and all that jazz. Front is sitting too high. That's okay, we can bring that down. If we nailed the height on the first take, it'd be fucking sick, but not today. And got one exciting piece on, the G-Ready air filter. Love these air filters, only one I'd run. And trim back the pipe so I can get this powder coated as well, along with the intercooler pipes. But yeah, pretty exciting to see it on the ground. First time in about 3 months this car's had all 4 wheels on the ground. Well, since it's been on jack stands it hasn't gone down at all. You need to go up a little bit just to do a couple of things here and there, but we're getting close. I had one of those moments where I thought, bugger it, let's chuck the whole body kit on. Well, all the body panels on just so we can see what it looks like. Got the boot wings in there. Roof wing, even though there's no window, managed to sit right. One of the rear pods. And even the bumper. But it's nice to see what it's all going to look like. Definitely going to have to lower the front a bit more and lift the back up a tiny bit. But it's nice to see it looking like a car again. Just like that, she was on, and she's off. All the parts, apart from the front bumper, I just gave that a trim, off with Corey to get prepped with paint. The radiator is now holding water. Just making sure she doesn't leak at all from the bottom fittings. Well, the bottom and the top. Got to put the reservoir in. The catch cans, I'm just going to go over it tomorrow with some sandpaper and get it ready for the paint. well for powder coating. Hopefully drop them off on Monday, probably when I put this video out anyway, so they'll probably be there by then. And sort some stickers out, one for the back here, one for the catch can. Just nice and simple, fill up the blank spaces and a bit of self-promotion. Although I'm not really about self-promotion, I figure I might as well. I've come this far, I've been videoing myself. What else we got? Figured a bit about the steering wheel on, seeing as I got the right boss kit now. So it's on there, centre's not on as I'm going to have to pull it on and off and rather not damage it. But see what it looks like in place. And this is still loose as I'm going to replace this indicator stalk with a new one. And hopefully that trim arrives soon as well for the centre. Be able to final fit all that. Just have to sort out the rubber boot as well for the middle. But we're starting to get to the point where nearly at the end of the list, which is nice. Get the windows fitted within the next week or so hopefully. Everything else is pretty simple, just waiting on the bits to be painted. And I can pretty much take it for a drive once I get a new fire extinguisher just in case. Never want to go for a drive in a car like this without a fire extinguisher.